Ghana is in mourning. 8 gallant men in line of duty have lost their lives. We owe it a duty to God and country to honor these men and to share their legacy and ensure that their legacy is not eroded in the jaws of time. We thank God for gifting them to the nation and for their service. I speak to you as a prophet to encourage you and to make you understand that God is in everything, even this. Not that God has brought it upon us, but God has a way of turning things around for the good of the nation while wiping our tears. To Dr. Edward Obanebuama himself, Dr. Ibrahim Mutala, to Alhaji Muniru Muhammad, Dr. Samuel Sapong, Samuel Abuaje, Squadron Leader Peter Anala, Flight Officer Chuman Pidu, Sergeant Ernest Adomensa, to their wives, their children, their parents, their families. The Lord strengthen them all. The Lord grants them every grace they need, even at this time. This has never happened in Ghana. This is a strange matter for us all, very heavy on the hearts of many people. It's quite difficult for people to come out to say, the late Obanebuama. I can't even believe I'm saying this. The late. But God is God. And as a prophet, I didn't see this coming. And I am not ashamed to say this. I am not God. It isn't everything that is revealed to all prophets. And this is just to say that we should not draw the conclusion, oh, where were the men of God? Where are the prophets? Why didn't they see it? Forget about the few prophets who make a lot of noise online. There are many genuine prophets that God reveals a lot of things to, but they are not even on social media. And some of them too would keep quiet because of the bashings and all that. But whatever it is, it has happened already. And God will continue to be God. And man will continue to be man. Now, I would want to say a prayer for them and their families, that the Lord himself will keep them safe, keep them secured, keep them protected. May the Lord wipe their tears in the name of Jesus Christ. Let me speak to my fellow prophets, especially the young ones, that look, this is not the time for, oh, I said it. I am the one who prophesied. I said it. It is completely unnecessary. Let's be cautious and mindful of exuding the fullness in echelon of our prophetic ethics, even during these times. And those taking gory videos and posting them online, completely unnecessary. These people have families. Allow the dead to depart in peace. Allow the families to mourn in peace. Now, I would want to make a prophetic statement on this matter. It is not by coincidence that 8 people died. It is not by coincidence that it happened in the 8th month of August. It is not by coincidence that it happened on the 6th day of the 8th month. So those who are abreast with biblical numerology, you know that the number 8 is the number of a new beginning. That is why on the 8th day, the male child is circumcised according to Jewish history and tradition. Many Africans also do this. On the 8th day, a special ritual is performed upon the male child, but now both male or female children. So unlike 8 people being saved from the flood so that the rest of the world will perish, these 8 gallant men laid their lives that the nation would be lifted up in the realm of the spirit. This will not make sense to the carnal mind. But this is all working together for the good of what God has arranged for Ghana. The devil will not win. He has thrown a mighty bullet and arrow at the nation. But God is turning it all around for the good of this nation. Why did it happen on the 6th of August? The number 6 is the number of weakness, the number of man's imperfection, the number of attacks on man. So the number 6 is symbolic to openings and weaknesses of mankind, the natural man, and the return of man to dust, and the connection of man to his frailties and weaknesses. Any prophet who has gone deep into the prophetic inquiry of the late Dr. Omanebuama will tell you that they have seen him on the seat of the presidency in the next 8 years. Again, the number 8 in the next 8 years. The number 8 is coming to bear again. But that is okay. Even John the Baptist did not fulfill all the mandate he had on earth. To God be the glory. So even back into the saving of 8 people into the ark of Noah, the whole world began all over again with 8 human beings. 8 people were saved from the flood. Now the number 8 is so significant because the Lord is giving the nation a new beginning. Now, these 8 men have lost their lives. They have poured down blood for the nation. And that is why we should never forget this day. Never in the history of Ghana should their names be forgotten. These names must be in our books. They must be part of our history lessons. These are men who have sacrificed their lives for the nation, for a new beginning. Now, there are certain things I also saw that I would want to share with you, because these are for the public and for prayer. The others are not for public consumption, and I will do well to submit them to those who must hear privately. The first one is that I saw 8 statues mounted up for these 8 people. And while the statue was being unveiled, I saw some men of God around, I saw some prophets around, and I heard an angel of the Lord say, "This is what I am going to do. I am pouring out a new wind of grace and glory upon the land." And this was when the statues were being unveiled. And I saw some good news from left, right, center trickle in, not long after the unveiling of these statues. I saw an angel in charge of Ghana hold a sword in one hand and hold a bowl in another hand. And these were his words: "A new beginning has come." This angel holding a bowl in one hand and a sword in another hand, I heard him say, "Let justice flow like a stream, for this is a new beginning. Let justice flow like a stream, for this is a new beginning. A new beginning has come." Now, I wrote some of them down. Some of them I'm there just pouring them from my mind. Then he said also, "Do not be afraid. I will take you through the turbulence of a new beginning, says the word of the Lord." I saw a strange cancellation of some of Ghana's debts. Some countries decided to cancel our debts just like that. Now I saw another turbulence again. And the angel of the Lord said, this is not the end of the turbulence. However, I am going to carry you through. One thing I kept hearing the Lord say, do not be afraid. I am with you. Ghana, do not be afraid. I am with you. I hear people complaining, oh, 2025, what is happening? Accident here, accident there. It is not going to stop immediately. But the word is this: I, the Lord, will see you through this turbulence, for I am indeed pouring a new beginning upon the land. I also saw that Ghana had been gifted a helicopter, actually, which we did not buy. It was gifted to the nation. And as part of the few blessings that the Lord was going to pour upon the land. Some years ago, Ghana lost a certain president to the cold hands of death, and some rumors were generated from strange quarters. Strangely enough, one of the prophets who was instrumental in spreading such rumors, baseless allegations, became one of the men of God invited to even the induction and prayer service of the current president, who was then vice president. Now, I am saying this to call something to mind. A similar rumor is going to rise again, and it is going to be about the number 8. It is going to be connected to the breaking of the 8. And people are going to spew all sorts of lies just to make certain people unpopular and to raise some spiritual allegations of some sacrifice and things like that. Hear this. When you begin to hear things like that, just ignore them. Ignore such things as rumors without basis. Focus on what the Lord is doing for this nation. Focus on where the Lord wants to take this nation by the hand of those who avail themselves. I did not bring this calamity upon the land, but what has been brought as an arrow to hit this nation, I, the Lord, will turn it around and give the nation a speedy new beginning, so that what must be achieved in 24 years will be achieved in 4 years. The Spirit of the Lord told me to declare Psalm 46 upon the nation and upon those in the high seat of government, and to end with verse number 7 of Psalm 46. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong.